Hello, and welcome to the first cast for week 2 of the Hexagon Cup 2. Lots of numbers in there. I am Obi Rice here with Paratroopa.
Hey.
And Dells as our wonderful host. Today we have lots of games, but they're all coming from different matches. Usually here in the SpyParty community, we do a couple of matches to showcase individual players each week, but in the Hexagon Cup's case, we are going through the highlights of each and every match of week 2. Not all during the stream. There's actually going to be 2 streams for that. But this week we do have a total of, I believe, 22 games to go through.
That's right. 22 games, one from each of different match from week 2.
Absolutely. And we will be giving, of course, the result of the match that this was played in at the end of each game. So, you know, if you're on the edge of your street trying to figure out how the actual match ended, well, you only get to see the one game, but you'll get to hear the result afterwards. And we'll be starting off with the matches between the Psychos, Deadly Sins, and what's the long ass name we have here for
it's my team, so I should know. But
Tabsy's Super SpyParty Star Rush Superstar 64?
Something like that.
Yeah, so first of all, our first game will be ICOVT versus Yosh. It's going to be on Terrace. These two played Courtyard and Terrace today. During this week.
Mm-hmm.
And our highlight game here includes Yosh on the spy side as Bling, with ICOVT sniping Terrace. And if you're ready to get into it,
I am. I have it loaded up.
All right, let's get it moving in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, so I believe ICOVT got a win in the previous week, so I really think that this matchup could go either way. ICOVT is a little bit of a newer player.
Yeah, for sure. Has been playing quite a bit, though, and hasn't had terrible results, that's for sure. A lot of the time when newer players come in, they might have some weak results. A lot of people have more experience, but ICOVT has been impressing a fair bit so far. Last I checked, and Yosh tries to take pride in being the worst player, but I don't think that's actually true.
He'll try to convince you that he's a free win, but don't believe him. He does actually take effort to beat. He's not as bad as SpyParty as he says he is.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so just getting started here with a flirt up to 51%. We're kind of hanging out here. We might timer flirt. Probably not a bad plan to start off slow, get this deuce done.
Yeah, and Yosh is known for a fairly slow spy, lots of timeouts. And we'll see what kind of missions we're looking for. Our flirtation cooldown has expired, but our ST bails on us, so we're not going to be able to get the chance to get that 2 flirt.
Awful timing, and I think we got the yellow arrow. Had to talk to Salmon here. The double agent
I wouldn't hate a bug opportunity here.
Entering the other conversation here. We could take a fake contact, which would give a lot of reels to the other conversation, and wouldn't look very suspicious for us because we've just been kind of sitting here. It would give 2 lowlights at bar, though, including our ST.
Yeah, the problem with a fake here is that you're then committing yourself to either going for a game without contact, or you're doing another contact within a minute, because we've only got that much time left. I'm not sure the ambassador is quite close enough for a bug here, but our ST does join us for 78%.
Not quite close enough. I don't think we can leave here and get a bug. We don't really have enough cover. Although ICOVT is kind of zooming in on other people here. Is zooming in on Duke to see if he bugged, but I think was able to confirm that he didn't.
Banana bread. Contact comes off here
this
from Yosh.
This is a really good contact. We've been waiting in this conversation the entire game for it.
Yeah, the only downside to this contact is the fact that ICOVT was watching Smallman for pretty closely for a swap. And if we're going to try to frame Smallman, this maybe isn't the way to do it because we did just fingerprint on the statue. I didn't realize we're gonna get a green fingerprint.
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't
we
have
have
a
to
lot
go
of time
for
left, though.
this briefcase really quickly here and then get a flirt.
We're
Why are we standing here for so long?
ICOVT noticed something that we did there at the statue and doesn't like it, but doesn't need to shoot because we're clearly not done with missions.
And we just waited a little bit too long on that
And we
watch.
try to check our watch. The window doesn't quite come off. I don't think it would have mattered. I'm pretty sure ICOVT was on top of that and gets the win.
I'm unsure why we didn't see Yosh move out of this. You know, we got the fingerprint, and this briefcase that was right behind us was clean. So if we move out of the statue immediately and head for this briefcase, we do have a way to finish this game in the last 20 seconds here, which was a little bit unexpected since we had so little progress.
We still had one more flirt to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can. My thought was you take this briefcase, you grab it, you print, and you cheese a flirt while you're like waiting for the ambassador to, if the ambassador starts moving, in conversation, would have been one way to do it. But Yosh instead timing out. It appears that Yosh is saying the other twin was done with missions.
Yeah, sounds like he was hoping for a civ shot in the other twin. I didn't see what he had.
Other twin had prints and inspects actually, and would have had real contact as well. So a flirtless game from the other twin. Maybe that's why there wasn't a shot, because what spy would go flirtless?
That's interesting, yeah, because not a lot of spies will try that. I have seen it on Terrace before, but it's rare.
Yeah, and so the result of that match did end up being 7-5 to the Deadly Sins, which was actually that's ICOVT winning. So very well done from ICOVT, taking down fairly experienced player in Yosh. And next we have June versus Gabriel on a pub/Tayen set. Our game will be June on the spy side playing as Irish on Tayen with Gabriel sniping. And if you're ready, we can get on to it.
Yep.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1, play now.
I feel like I've been doing a lot of casting of June lately, and every time I do, I gush about how competitive June's results have been against players who have been around the community for a really long time. She's not quite there in consistency yet, but she's getting really close. It's starting to scare me.
Yeah, I believe played Scout twice. Need to make sure we're not going to be casting one of those.
At least once.
There was a match in week 1 that I can talk about at the very least, where June had a 5-7 loss against Scout, and Scout's been doing really well recently, competitively speaking. So it's very impressive for June in that respect.
Yep. We take a fake contact here, and unfortunately the SDA is in our conversation, but it only took off one low light and gave pretty much everyone real, I think. So not a bad fake.
Early done with this flirt here, 2 greens.
Yeah, that was nice. We're going for I was a little bit worried there. We were going for the briefcase. We redirect off of it. Looked pretty good, I think.
Yeah, we're going to go into side inspects here. It's a little bit of an interesting choice because we don't have anything else. I'd be a little bit more okay with side inspects if we had some other kind of progress to back it up. But with this, swap. It's a white swap.
We just white swap the statue.
In Gabriel's face. Does Gabriel... Bug! No! It transitions to walking.
Oh, that was... Oh, yeah, that bug didn't take. Wow.
Yeah, so one of the things that you kind of have to learn is that when you start a standing bug, if you start walking or if the ambassador starts walking, we try to bug again, but we're trying to wait. We're trying to purloin now. Oh my gosh, this we should have countdown.
I think we were trying to purloin and we did a action pry on the bug, but Gabriel can't see the list. Texas shoulders in the way. Is trying to confirm it, but can't see it in time.
June wins.
June gets a win off of a really bold rush there. I don't know if she intended to swap the statue, but it feels like she did. It doesn't feel like there's anything that she would have action prior there. I think she just wanted to swap that statue. and it just worked because what sniper would expect that to come off on a front statue like that?
I do appreciate this game from June. It's a little bit weird. It got a little bit scuffed, but I like the idea of you're just gonna do missions and and say, if you're not gonna shoot me, I'm just gonna win. The bug though is something that I think comes with experience, because if anyone starts moving, anyone involved in the bug, the spy or the ambassador starts moving, it is going to transition to walking bugs, and walking bugs have a much shorter range. So if you would, if June had waited just, a half second longer to stick that bug, that would have been a lot safer than the white pearl one, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's difficult though, because you can see that June wants to walk away from the statue at the proper time, quote unquote. So she kind of breaks away from that bug. She tries to break away from it really early, but I think it was just like a split second too early. Yeah.
And that one is another win for the Deadly Sins. June takes it 7-5. So we've already seen a couple 7-5 wins for the Deadly Sins here in this cast versus our big long superstar Mario reference. And speaking of June, we have another June match immediately here. June versus Xenos Blade on Library and Modern, and our highlight game is going to be June on the spy side once again. And after that last game, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I want to see another rush here on Modern for sure.
All right, let's get it going. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, playing against Xenos Blade here, who is a newer member to the community. Has been in at least 1 or 2 competitions. I think it was in Lotus Cup.
June's green flirt rate is off the charts.
Yeah, so far it's been really good. We are doing the classic Queen General pairing here. And getting quite
classic,
close to it.
Our meme's really classic. I feel like that's a kind of a... it's kind of a contradiction in terms.
It is by now. We've got this green book. Xenos Blade does not have an angle to see a microfilm here, but we just take it out instead.
I actually like this quite a bit. The ambassador's over on the left side. There's a fair bit of foreground party activity. So taking a green book out here is a lot of the time kind of going to go under the radar. You've got the conversation just directly in front of you, and you've got a lot of people in the foreground and the ambassador on the left side. But we do just go back to the green bookshelf with it. I would have liked to see this go into the wrong bookcase after a little while, because it does seem like Xenos Blade wasn't really on top of that. Instead, we're going to do an action microfilm here from June.
Yeah, I think we might have gone back there just to get the Seduce done, because that's where General decided to go, and that's worth something at least. The microfilm, we had a lot of cover on that, and Queen is quite short, so she's really hard to see back there. But I do agree with you that we probably weren't tracked in that green book. Xenos Blade had a lot of stuff to watch at the rest of the party, and did not have a good angle to
bug, bug. Yeah,
there it is. That's actually a really good bug. Xenos Blade was moving his laser a little bit to get contacts and really couldn't. Ooh, that was scary. It was on screen, but it if Xenos Blade didn't notice it, then it's fine. But that bug was well timed with Xenos Blade not really having a laser angle to see the bug.
Given that the laser's kind of resting on us right now.
Yeah, we decided not to take the microfilm, which is fine. We really didn't have any cover, and the party's kind of dead in the moment.
Yeah, honestly, if June abandons the microfilm idea here, I would be pretty happy with the flexibility on the spy side. I'd be really impressed, because a lot of people we just reject instead. Okay, we're not abandoning microfilm. We're going to go with Disney as our cover. I like that. But I was, when you have the clean bug.
We did pick up the delegate. But we are going to do a transfer here. Just because it was really good cover. That was a little scary, though. That was probably visible, but I don't think Xenos is going to be able to take this shot.
Yeah, really
might have been
impressive.
Trying to see it, but
really impressive attention allocation from Xenos Blade. Maybe just picked up on the fact that June was at a bunch of bookshelves and wanted to see if we could catch that. If that had been a white test from June, I think Xenos Blade takes that shot. But the green test saves us, and June with another really nice spy win.
Yeah, really good pacing from June in both of those games. That one wasn't quite a rush, but it was very crisply timed. I
Yeah,
would
it was
say.
crisply timed, and it was, of course, done before a minute left, right?
Yeah.
That's not quite a rush. I'd call it just good pacing.
Yep, I would too. And that's going to be a 9-3 win from June for Deadly Sins here. So Deadly Sins has racked up quite a few wins in the start of this cast here.
Yeah, very, very clean games from June in particular to help out with that. Next, we have some big names. We have Screw Loose versus Sauerkraut on Aquarium/Gallery. This particular game is going to be Screw Loose on Gallery against Sauerkraut sniping. And you know, I don't want to like call out people in the games they choose to highlight, but are we seeing a lot of spy wins?
So far, no. The first game we saw was a spy timeout, actually.
Oh,
so.
that's right. That's right. Of course.
And June's 2 spy wins were pretty good. So
well, I will withhold judgment. I will withhold judgment then because
the June Gabriel Tan game was definitely the right choice for a highlight, I think.
All right. Well, let's get on into it. Screw Loose versus Sauerkraut in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yep. So Screw Loose and Sauerkraut, two really good players. Screw Loose has taken a little bit of time off SpyParty, but still extremely strong. Sauerkraut, also has one of the highest game totals, along with Screw.
Yeah, I believe they're both above 10k.
Yeah, they are.
Screw's been above 10k for a long time. I don't know how long it's been since Sauerkraut hit 10k, but it's been a few months, I think, at least.
Screw was one of the first people to hit 10k, I think. Not like
I think he hit 10k before I did, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so we got a pretty slow start to Gallery here. We are going to head out and...
hello. Safety off onto Duke. I'm not sure what for.
That's strange. Yeah, I didn't see what Duke did that would earn Sauerkraut's ire here.
Okay, we're going for a briefcase. I was like, what is this pathing from Screw?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We do I think that stop was correct. We did it right as the Amba was picking up the statue. I believe the Amba was in invisible range. So that works out.
It's a Bramble statue. Screw does like to do prints. It's been a long time kind of a known thing about Screw Loose. Enjoys getting those prints. A little bit of a fast put down there. I'm no blink tech expert, but there is a certain amount of time that you do have to wait before putting those down typically. So maybe a little bit rushed there from Screw Loose, something that Sauerkraut could catch on to here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we were trying to anticipate where ST was going, but it was Pearls, and she moved so slowly that we kind of ended up getting there before we could really tell where she was deciding to go. Pearls is ST on Gallery is an interesting choice because she takes... and she does the quick book leave that... well, no, it wasn't a 0 second, but it was... So yeah, we're going to have to go chase her down, but Pearls is ST on Gallery. She's going to take a long time to move anywhere, and she's not going to stop to read the book. She's just going right back to green books. But I was thinking that perhaps Screw Loose was setting up to take this printable statue in the future, and that is indeed what he's doing. Gets a red inspect, so hopefully he can actually get this done.
Do we have time?
I think we do.
Okay,
Boots is doing her... Oh, is that putback correct?
That was correct.
Okay. Boots did her like weirdly weird quick inspect cycle there. I never know like what the timing on that one is.
If I'm gonna do a time ad here or not, just a regular watch check, I would really advise a time ad though. I know we have just flirt contact to do, but it's Gallery and flirt contact is dicey as hell.
The problem is that we have inspects and fingerprints done. Oh, this is sketchy conversation entry. We have to take this bug. We have to. You have to take this bug. We didn't take the bug.
I mean, we're being watched so closely.
I know, but like you have to take a chance here because there aren't many other opportunities to win this game, I don't think. The problem with doing a time ad here is that, first of all, we're Boots, and her time ad is really slow and obvious. But also, we have prints and inspects done, and if Sauerkraut's on top of that, he has no reason not to watch everything Boots does.
Oh, I think we might have seen the time ad. There was one low light at least out of that.
Yeah, it was a green time ad, but we have the slow beep beeps going on here in the last 3 seconds.
Our ST comes to us finally, but we still need 2 more.
Yeah, we still need another flirt here after this. We have a little bit more time to get it done, but unfortunately, we are going to have a hanging clock soon for the sniper. That's going to be a real problem when contact comes off. Boots is going to be the obvious shot.
Notices the time that I think at this point. I mean, the slow beeps make it really obvious.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't even matter because we're going to have a hanging clock, and if contact comes off and we get an overtime shot, like it has to be
a bug, right?
You have to take a bug.
Oh, this ST.
Pearls is awful.
This ST. Oh no.
Yeah, we're going to have a 0-0 for the sniper now. That clock is going to hang. It looks like Sauerkraut. Did Sauerkraut highlight twin for a possible swap?
We're requesting a drink. This could be a purloin. It's a green.
Purloin, yeah.
No way.
I don't think Sauerkraut was actually watching that reject. I'm not sure Sauerkraut's going to know who's in the chain here. It's going to come down to whether or not Sauerkraut could shoot Boots for just having Prince Inspecs and not knowing who could have done the purloin. Yeah. Oh, this is bouncing around so much. This clock is just going to hang forever.
And now what do you think of Sauerkraut? Because we have a book in our hands. Start low-lighting some people that couldn't be doing it.
Yeah, we have a book in our hands. Oh, yeah, Sauerkraut doesn't know. Sauerkraut doesn't know. He's just going to shoot Queen.
Wow.
What a finish for Screw in that game.
We had the worst SD I've seen in a long time. And then... we had a green time ad during slow beeps, and we managed to make it work. Sauerkraut, what was Sauerkraut distracted by, as we came, as we did this request?
I don't know. Queen was one of the people who was at time ad window at the same time that we were, so could have been watching the other people that were at time ad window, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess.
I guess just probably knew that it was a time ad that was hanging on the clock.
I think one of the big things here that might have helped us is the fact that there was no contact. Simply, everyone was still in the game, unless their behavior related it. And that makes the end game a lot harder to navigate as the sniper, even if the spy can't have that extra mission of the contact. That can make it a lot more difficult to navigate when you've got so much activity happening right at the end of the game there. And Screw Loose makes good use of it and manages to win the game, but doesn't win the set. It's just a tie.
Yep, the tie. That's not too surprising from these two players.
Yeah, very, very strong to both of them. So it's not a terribly surprising result. Our next game is going to be between our esteemed host and our host from the other cast, actually, which is Dells versus Lazy Bear. Dells is our host this time. Lazy Bear will be our host for the second stream. Last I checked. So they had Tayen/Veranda, and our highlight game here is going to be Lazy Bear on the spy side, playing as Alice on Veranda. Let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So if we get another spy win here, it's going to be on Veranda, and Veranda spy wins are always pretty fun because they always involve the spy having to get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah. And it's Lazy Bear Spy too. Lazy Bear Spy is quite fun to watch, and look at this. We get the immediate green action test microfilm.
It was visible just because our long ponytail kind of makes our head turn obvious. But I think that Dulce had other stuff to watch. Veranda's a pretty chaotic venue. We had pretty decent cover. It was on screen. I don't think Dulce really saw it. Isn't indicating that he did.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that Dell saw it, but it's still only half a mission, half a hard tell, but that which is nice. If you can get the other half at like Blue Books, that's somewhere where you can often get that a second half, especially if the ambassador's on the left side of the venue, especially if Toby's also there. This would not be a bad time to go to Blue Books, actually. I wouldn't mind just tearing out of here for Blue Books because of just how busy this left side of the party is.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of cover over there, but there's so much going on the left side that Dels is going to have his attention drawn to the side of the venue just because the Amba... by the time we get there, though, the party might change because it's quite a far away. We could set up for a bug here. That bug took? Are you kidding?
The ambassador bounced towards us. It would not have taken otherwise, but because Plane Twin was at window, the
Oh,
ambassador bounced off of Plane Twin just in range of that bug, and that's disgusting.
that's so lucky for Lazy Bear. That bug was completely invisible on Sniper's side.
Yeah, you have to take a very severe
and,
left side angle to see that, and that's
and
a big commitment.
as Sniper, I wouldn't have even assumed that bug could have been taken by Alice. I don't think, just because the Amba was pathing pretty far away from us, but curved inwards to get that bug to take.
Yeah, the bounce from Twin, the real MVP, is Twin there.
So we're thinking about this blue bookcase now, I think. We still have Amba and Toby on the other side of the venue. Amba is very, very vulnerable right now. Dels is definitely trying to take a hard angle to guard this. We got to get this transfer done now. I think that Lazy Bear is going to do it. Now we are in...
the white test. But is Dels looking at it? It's completely on screen, but that's
a highlight. That's a highlight. I think that Dels might have suspected that there was something there, and that's going to make this hard to get everything else done.
And the difficulty here is that this is Veranda. On a 4 of 8, if you had a highlight for both bug and microphone, otherwise fairly clean, you know, you're winning that game almost every time after flirt contact. But this, of course. Okay, welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. But, you know, sometimes things happen. But we are back in this exciting game of Veranda where we have Lazy Bear with a nigh invisible bug looking for a microfilm here on the right side of the venue while everything else is happening on the left. So let's get it rolling. We're at 2:05 in the game, just to make sure we know where we're at. Yep, all right. Let's get it rolling in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And immediately we see that microfilm. It's going to be a white test. And
yep, it's going to be a white test. It is on screen. Lazy Bear is trying to get this microfilm off, and we do pick up a highlight for it, as Dels is going to possibly have seen this, at least suspect that it happened. Lazy Bear was trying to get this off while Dels was focused on the left side of the venue, but just didn't get it off quite quick enough, and Dels was able to swing over and possibly have seen this. So we have bug and transfer done, both hardtails that don't leave any trace. So at least we have that. Lazy Bear still needs to get contact, seduce, and one other mission done with this highlight hanging on him.
Yeah, the big question is, what's your last mission? Because if you do 2 sets of inspects within the last minute and 30, I do feel like Dels is going to shoot that a lot of the time with the microfilm suspicion, especially after, doing contact as well. So if you assume that contact is going to happen at some point in this game, you need one more, and it might be Purloin, it might be Swap. Those would be the main options, I think, as inspects and fingerprints might take a little too long. However, the ambassador did just leave a fingerprint on green book, so there's a possibility there.
Yeah, and there haven't really been a lot of inspectors in this game so far. So Dels, if we go do 2 inspects, that might look really obvious to Dels with this highlight for a possible microfilm.
We're going to request a drink from Toby here. This might be a Purloin post-contact.
Ooh, this might be the best option, because sometimes it could be hard to see Purloin on Veranda, even if you're looking for it with this high angle. We're going to do a green Purloin here. It was kind of in the aftermath of the contact, but Dels was able to see this reject. I think Dels is going to be able to shoot for this if he sees the list gone.
5 seconds.
He knows. I think he knows.
Take the shot, but I don't think he's seen the... he didn't see the list in time.
He's not taking the shot. Oh, he's not taking the shot. I thought that he saw the list gone. But I don't know if he didn't have Alice as a high enough suspect. Was possibly waiting for Alice to do one more mission.
Maybe. In context, we know we get the highlight for the potential having seen the microfilm, right? But then again, it is bug and transfer, and when you have those even a little bit clean, even if you pick up the highlight for them, that Purloin on Veranda, a lot of times just not enough, and Lazy Bear gets a nice spy game by. The result for this match is going to end up being 7-5. Is that to who? That's to Lazy Bear. 7-5 to Lazy Bear.
That's a win for Superstar 64, the first one in these these matches so far.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we have another couple of strong players here. Screw Loose again, and
Yep.
Koopa. Koopa has been kind of on the rise recently. Just a very steady improvement, getting more and more impressive results. So we'll see. They played this match on Ballroom/Modern. Why couldn't I be on that tile? Well, because my team doesn't have that tile. But it is some great venues. And this time we'll have our highlight game on Modern. Koopa on the spy side playing as Buns. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, we have seen a few spy wins here in these last few matches, so it'll be interesting to see if we continue to have like cool spy wins, or if there will be a few more sniper wins here.
Oh, look at this highlight!
Oh,
from
the
Screwloose.
highlight was that we did get stuck on that.
There's some weird pathing, weird bouncing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. Yeah, we got stuck there, but I think the highlight was coming off before that happened. So I think the Screw just might have not liked our bouncing there. Our redirects might have been not acceptable because we were kind of chasing down our ST here.
Yeah, that was a little bit interesting. Koopa now leaving bar after getting the first flirt for 34% and going into some blue books. And usually I'd say, okay, this maybe isn't actually the best spot for taking out a book just because of how much activity there is on the right side. A little bit more ability to kind of understand that, hey, we've been at this blue books, and there's not much else going on, just a lot of activity on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
even if it were a good time, the highlight just makes it so bad. But Koopa surely can't know it's the highlight, right?
That's the problem, yeah, is that Koopa probably doesn't know he's highlight. I mean, he did clip onto that couch there at the start, so he might suspect he was highlight for that, but he's playing like someone who's not highlight right now. He left conversations like very quickly, moving around a lot, isn't trying to lose heat here at the moment.
It's all the low lights Screw does from that contact.
Yeah, it was a pretty good contact overall. There were a few low lights, but all the SDAs are in conversation, so a lot of people have real.
Okay, we are gonna bring this back to blue, and we are gonna lose the highlight for it.
We'll get neutral lit for bringing a book back to the correct spot. Not gonna get a low light for it, but
I think Koopa's like a little bit nodding at the laser, but bit like, this is just my regular book. Don't worry about it, because we are being a little.
Screw did give us a neutral light, but it does feel like he was watching for a possible transfer there. Kept the laser pretty steady on Koopa there.
Yeah, but nice little move from Koopa. You said that Koopa wasn't playing like someone with a highlight, but after returning correctly to that bookcase,
yeah,
I maybe trying to lose that heat, and I like it a lot.
I might be wrong. Koopa might have suspected after all.
If we delegate to one of these two, it's gonna be a problem because they are low lights. I'm not even sure for them contact because there's more low lights than the contact would have given us from Screw here.
Yeah, I do kind of like this little move here where you take a delegate and then you go to a conversation, you don't do anything in it, and you just go to a different conversation.
This party's down to 7 people.
Yeah, this party is really narrowed down.
We've done nothing, and we just delegate. We delegate a highlight of all people.
Yeah, we somehow managed to delegate a highlight. I'm sure that Koopa has no idea.
Or it could be someone who has been to statues.
That's possible. Yeah. We did this delegate. It was pretty on screen, like sort of obvious. Wow! Screw just like had absolutely no hesitation on that. Must have really suspected Twin for. I don't know. Did Twin finish statues or something? I didn't see it.
Twin,
that was just
Twin went statue to statue to start the game, got real contact, and then got delegated by us.
Koopa might have seen that.
Yeah, Koopa chose the frame target well here. It looks like. And the thing is, it's just a little strange because like we had this party so narrowed down.
Yeah.
But I guess like Twin is done, right?
Mm-hmm. Twin is done. Yeah, he has real contact.
To assume the flirt. So very nicely chosen frame target by Koopa there, despite just how narrowed down this party was. Well done.
Picked exactly the right target. Probably did see the statues, I'm gonna guess, and was setting up to delegate to Twin there.
Yeah, absolutely. So very, very well done from Koopa, and the end of that set ended up being 8-4 to Koopa.
Yeah,
I
that's a
believe
big win.
that is a pretty big win. You know, obviously we saw Screwloose draw Sauerkraut and have a nice spy win of his own earlier. So very, very impressive from Koopa to get that 8-4 win. And in this last one for, not the last one for the stream, but the last one for the Deadly Sins versus the Superstar team, we have. Excuse me?
What? Sorry, folks. I think Opie has a little bit of a problem with his mic there. This happens. But we are going to set up for a game between Minty Rug and Silverthorn here as our last game of the Deadly Sins versus Superstar 64.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hello. Give me another game on Modern.
All right, yeah. So Minty Rug versus Silverthorn.
Yes.
If you'd like to count us 10.
Okay, we'll get this started in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yeah, Minty Rug is kind of my generation of player. Joined the community very soon after I did, and has always had a really fun style. Very active on the spy side, and super interesting sniper. In this case, of course, we will be seeing her, spy side.
Yeah, Silverthorn also a player who's been around for a while. Pretty experienced with SpyParty. I don't know their playstyle super well. I haven't seen them play a lot. Minty is going to start here with a fingerprint.
I think this is a nice fingerprint. And honestly, I would have liked to see just cheese that briefcase back down because we have a lot of cover, lots of people moving around. We could have gotten away, I think, a little bit more cleanly with that print. I still think that we actually have a good chance of just not remembering the print from Silverthorn here.
Yeah, there was so much going on in this party at that moment that the fact that we even had a briefcase was really hard to visually identify. Alice just kind of blends into the background there at that moment.
Yeah, so a very good start from Minty here. I think that print could be very strong going forward. And the ambassador is going to be at bar, and we'll be picking up a potentially a drink from here, at the very least a flirt.
Yeah, he's not going to get pushed out of the bar there, so he does get the drink.
Do we demand? Because we are behind 2 other people here. We do not demand. We're not going to go for that difficult print on drink.
Yeah, the rejects here are only like a 1 in 8 chance at bar, so it's pretty likely that the people in front of us will take drinks. That's okay, though. We can still go here just to get our seduce done. Not too big a deal.
All right, Minty Rug going to stay here for the entire time and get that delegate now, which is a decent finish option, especially if we just take a contact here, delegate, and go for the immediate print. We could have missions done in the next 40 seconds or so, very quickly, potentially.
This would be a pretty good contact, but the double agent leaves, unfortunately. Because it would have been a pretty good contact. We had most people in conversation, 1 SDA in. So let's see, are we going to send off this Perlin to someone?
Next to Salmon, he does have a book, so this might not. Yeah, I was gonna say this might go a little haywire. That does happen sometimes when you delegate someone with a book.
I thought the Salmon was just gonna go dump this book right away, but he just goes to window and checks his watch.
It gets a little weird if the bookcase that they try to go to is already filled.
Yes, it seems like he's just gonna ignore this delegate request entirely.
He'll go to bar eventually. Just take a while.
He went to conversation, did some talking. Now he's gonna go put this book back. Or
Silverthorn might notice Salmon being a little bit weird here.
But what is he gonna think of that? Is that spy-like? No, it's not spy-like. He's correct.
Oh, wait, there was a contact though. There's a contact. I
didn't even see the contact. I was talking too loud. Now Salmon is gonna put this book back. This is like me when I need to do something. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go do a couple other things first, get distracted.
Fingerprintable statue. This could be a swap finish.
Yeah, it could be a slot finish because we have fingerprint here. If we get the fingerprint done, we're just gonna put the statue back.
This could be a soft tell game. It's not. I'm not always the biggest fan, but you do have to keep it in your repertoire sometimes and make the sniper remember that you have print. And this is one of the better games to make them remember you have print, especially because of how early you got that first print, right?
Yeah, we are running low on time though, so if Minty goes back to statues, it could look really desperate here. But we don't have a lot of other options. Modern is not a venue where you can get a lot of missions done quickly. It has to be a bug or go to statues right now at this point. Those are your two options.
Or we're gonna go to bar, perhaps, but we'd have to
We don't
demand.
have time for that. We
have to
don't
demand.
have time. Even if we
Yeah.
demand, we don't have time for that.
I mean, it's gonna be
Maybe
overtime,
we
but we do have time.
Oh boy.
We're delegate though.
What? We don't have time for this.
Why
Do we?
are we going all the way out here? We're trying to
We
delegate
have time.
Smallman.
Why are we going?
We got there.
Time.
We got there.
Smallman has the book. What is he going to do with this now? He's going to have to go dump this book.
No way.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Imagine if Smallman had bugged out too.
I know, right? Smallman has to take this long trek over to bookcase, dumps this book. Is he even going to get this list in time? There are people at bar still. We might have to think about getting another mission done while this clock is hanging.
We're not being low lit. Other people are being low lit, but I think Silverthorn might have us here. I mean,
could we just go inspect statues here and win? Like, would Silverthorn shoot for that?
I think at this point it's a little too late because either Smallman, gets this list or runs out of time. So a little late to be going for that.
Yeah,
But here comes overtime.
You got it. You got it in time. And Silverthorn is looking at Rocker. Oh, must have just had to shoot someone who had a drink and was near where Smallman was.
That was ridiculous.
It looked like Silverthorn was like almost on top of that, I think, but it didn't quite have the right person. Shot the person.
Gonna continue calling people out on choosing all the spy wins.
I mean, they're really entertaining.
Leave us some drama. Come on.
they're entertaining spy wins, though. I mean, I didn't know how that one was going to go.
All right.
It still would have been a highlight win, even if Silverthorn did get the shot.
Yeah, that one is, however, going to go to 8-4 to the Deadly Sins.
Yes, that's a win for Silverthorn.
Is that Silverthorn's in the Deadly Sins?
I think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure he's on my team. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it's hard.
That's a really nice win over Minty there.
Yeah, for sure. That was Minty's pretty strong.
Is that the first game we've seen that was from the loser of the set? I think it was.
Maybe. Anyways, so let's get on moving. So that is going to be the end of our section of the Deadly Sins versus Superstar 64, and the scores at the end of that are Deadly Sins at 13.7 points, Superstar at 14.3, and Grash is 15, who did not play at all, did not get any points there, at 10 points. Of course,
yeah, the scores don't really mean much there because
we're still looking at 2/3 of the games left. So let's get moving on to the Deadly Sins versus Grash's 15, my own team. Which is going to be, we're starting off with Spedmonkey versus Verdrus. They had Balcony and Library.
Wow.
And this one's going to be a highlight from Library. So, Spedmonkey going to be on the spy side with Verdrus on the sniper. And 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I really like I like these tiles that have really contrasting venues. So we got the smallest map with Balcony, and then one of the longest maps with Library. Started off with a time ad. Started off with 2 time ads.
This is a classic Spedmonkey. She loves these cheesy time ads. Just make the opponent tired.
She sure does. And Salmon.
Oh, but the highlight.
Yeah, Salmon doesn't blend in super well at that time ad. He's very wide, and his clothes don't quite blend in with as they do with Modern. So I think that Verdrus might have seen Salmon at the window there. Might suspect this time ad. Which could be trouble, but also this gives Spedmonkey a lot of time to try to lose this highlight. Because we could just idle forever if we want. Or we could do a rush. Who would suspect a rush? No, we're just going to recheck this drink.
No, I think look, I'm probably one of the only people who ever does rushes after time adding him multiple times. Just like I can't help myself. I gotta do missions. But no, Sped Monkey is gonna use this time, and kind of has to, given the amount of lowlights. You know, I don't think I'd trade this many lowlights and being the only highlight in the party for a minute and 30.
No, unfortunately, I do think that Verdrus came out very far ahead in this exchange. Unfortunately for Sped Monkey. Well, here comes Green Purloin. We are just gonna do it with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here.
All right, how long is this chain gonna be?
Sped is definitely gonna have to hope for
not
a
at all.
long chain.
Not long at all.
No, the Amba takes a drink here. And the list is gone. How is Verdrus going to react to this? There wasn't really that much going on at the party. There weren't really any people in that reject chain, I don't think.
Yeah, it was pretty much just us.
Gonna see a couple of lowlights taken.
This feels really bad for Sped.
Yeah, Verdrus didn't get that much off of this Purloin, but Sped still has a lot to do and still has all this suspicion hanging over her, so this is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, she's in big trouble here.
Yeah.
We are getting, I think, a difficult print. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think it is difficult, yeah.
We get it, though.
We do get
Sped
it.
has a high green rate. And we're going to go for a second print, I think, here. If we get away with this game, I'm going to be flabbergasted.
Yeah, I mean, this difficult print is one of the ways that you could do it. It is possible, even with all the suspicion that we have, that Verdrus might not be aware that there was a difficult print on this turn.
We'd have 3.5 minutes still left on the clock is the thing. We could finish our flirt and go for some inspects, let this statue that the ambassador's putting a print on cook for a long time, and you know, you might get shot just for completing inspects, but that might be your best shot at winning this game at this point.
Yeah, especially if you could, like, if you let this print cook long enough, but that so that you still finish inspects with like a minute left, and make Verdrus think that he still needs to wait for you to do another mission, then that might work. Maybe. This is tough, though. Verdrus doesn't have a lot to watch at this party right now.
Hey,
there just aren't a lot of suspects left.
I would like if Sped Monkey finished Flirt, did a single set of inspects on the side of the venue, and just sat on the fact that that printable statue is still there. We can see Sped. I agree.
I think that is the plan. We
can see Sped angling to make sure that the statue is not being taken by anyone else, that this plan is still viable.
Mm-hmm. Pearl's going to center inspects, and she is a highlight.
Oh,
I don't know if she's a highlight for statues. There's really not a lot of other suspects at this party. Are we going to step into statues here? No, we're not.
Quite. Could go for a bug here, but we don't. That would be a little bit dangerous, I think. A little bit of death.
Yeah.
So are we going to go for this? There we are. I think it's stepping into this printable statue now.
Our other option is swap. We are Salmon. We have really good swap blocking capabilities.
Yeah, print swap is definitely a possibility, and there it is. It's a swap.
Oh, we're sending it though. Oh, Verdrus sees it. There's a possibility that could have worked if Salmon doesn't hold that statue high over his head.
I think the mistake we make here is that we absolutely need to not, once we see that we're holding it above our head, we need to wait just a tad longer on that swap, because it is something that Verdrus is going to be watching for. Verdrus takes a nice shot there. Well done, Sped Monkey. Despite the early deficit in how this game was going, manages to make it to mission win countdown and make it a really close spy game. So good job for
that turned out to be more dramatic than I expected, although I do expect some drama in these highlight games.
Yes, absolutely. And the result for this game is going to be a 6-6 tie between the two of them. So now we move on to Hunu versus David W. They played Courtyard and Veranda, and this highlight game comes from David W. playing Spy on the Courtyard. David W. very much a Courtyard fan.
Oh, yes.
Big fan, even. So let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That's just a bug right away. And Hunu was swinging his laser around still, so didn't really have a firm angle on that bug. Really, would have had to just credit it, and I don't know if he's going to.
Rusty comes to us as well. Double agents in our conversation. This could be done so quickly.
Yeah, it really could be.
Oh, well, double agent leads.
Double agent leaves. That's too bad because I think everyone is in conversation. It would have been a perfect contact.
Yeah, and
That's a shame
the
for
old
David.
refrain on Courtyard is, "What's your fourth mission gonna be?" We don't have to worry about that. We got it already. We have the bug. It seems completely clean from David W here.
Yeah, David W is basically playing easy mode Sniper Arcade right now with lots of time to get 3 missions done. And I just don't think that Hunu. I don't think Hunu has suspicion of this bug. He's not acting like he does.
This would be an incredible shot if
If Hunu does suspect that bug, that would be some drama at the end of this game. We're just going to get our inspects done right now, and that's not really a threat for David because he doesn't need to get a 4th mission done with this highlight hanging on him. I actually like getting the inspects done early here.
Oh, for sure. On Courtyard, we only get the one.
We don't finish.
It's a little weird.
I'm not sure why.
I mean, I feel like there's no reason not to finish statues here, right?
No, even if you one cycle, the sniper still kind of has to credit you for possibly having inspects.
I mean, I have literally lost a game to David W on Courtyard where he one cycled statues because he one cycled them, and I was like, I'll hold because it's a one cycle. I've literally lost because of that. So you do have to credit the inspects to the one cycle.
As a sniper, you have to credit the one cycle unless it's like a really fast cycle, but it wasn't particularly so. It was conceivable to have gotten statues done in that cycle. You don't want to take that risk. And we're going to have to go back to statues anyway. Like, we're not, like, there's no reason to play, like, a tricky game here, as we do take this contact, which is pretty good. Not a lot of reels, though.
The laser is hovering on us.
Oh, this is
Who knew? Maybe thinking about a shot.
See, the one thing that is possible is that it is, even if Hunu doesn't see the bug, it is still possible to catch up, so to speak, if Hunu has... just suspicion for this contact, which doesn't have a lot of reels, and the other people who got reel don't seem to be very suspicious. We might be the top suspect here, and it's going to be interesting to see if Hunu can find a reason to take this shot, even without bug credit. But that's the trick, though, is that we're going to have to shoot for one more flirt. I don't know if Hunu is that on top of us at this moment. David is also running out of time. Really needs to get this flirt done right now. Is going to have to move around a lot to do it. He's going to have to talk pretty quick here.
And he
does. He is talking. He stops talking. Does Hunu see this? Does Hunu want to shoot for it?
I think we got away with it.
No, I think we got away with it too.
The bug holds, but it maybe was a little bit dicier than it had to be.
Yeah, a little bit dicier than it had to be. We wasted a little bit of time not doing inspects in the first go, but it doesn't matter. Hunu definitely didn't see the bug enough to shoot us for it at the end. Yeah,
and then, clean bugs on CY, you expect to win that game at that point.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have to take those bugs on CY and hope to just get away with it, because if you do, you basically just win.
Well, in the end, that goes 9-3 to David W. So very nice result.
Win over Hunu.
Very nice result for Grash's 15 there. Go David huge. W. Big fan. Next, though, we have Rob versus Grash. A previous team captain and a current team captain. In fact, they are both my team captain. Rob was my team captain last Hex Cup, and Grash is the team captain this time around. Of course, Rob is terribly scary.
Oh yes,
we see winning everything right about now. But yeah, Rob versus Grash. They put Aquarium and High Rise. So with this will be a Rob on the spy side, Garage on the sniper side here. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And seeing a top tier spy on Aquarium, I am kind of expecting something.
Sharkwalk?
I'm expecting something fun to happen for the spy here.
If it's Sharkwalk, debatable definition of fun. But for the spy,
it doesn't have to be a Sharkwalk. It could be anything. It's Aquarium.
I mean, you did say fun for the spy, so fair enough.
Well, we are holding this book as the shark is coming by, and we are going to take this transfer. Just as the fin passes by, Grash will have to credit that if we go back to books. Sometimes you have to do that on Aquarium, is treat the bookcases as if they're inspects. I'm going to take this print. It is not completely behind Shark. We are visible. So hopefully Grosh is going to. Oh, is that the double agent leaving conversation? Yeah, double agent bails out of this conversation right away, so we're only going to be able to get the flirt here. That would have been a pretty good contact too. It would have had a lot of reels.
Yeah,
Not a
lots
lot
of
of lights.
progress. Lots of this partial progress here from Rav early on in this game.
Yeah, Rob's just motoring from mission site to mission site here. Transfer and fingerprints would not be a bad mission plan, I don't think. If we could just go to Blue Books and get that transfer done behind the shark again, and then dare Grosh to remember that we have fingerprints as well. Right now, though, we're just going to hang out and maybe timer flirt for this seduce. Just idle a bit. Rav isn't even looking at the rest of the party. He's just staring at this shark, watching the timing.
We want to figure out when, we want to make sure that that's top shark and not middle shark. If it's a middle shark, we can...
Amba's in a possibly vulnerable position if the shark comes by. Grosh is going to watch this, though. Oh, General just took a really good bug path past the Amba there. Not highlight for it anything, though. We're going to go to this Blue Books here. The shark is going to come by pretty soon. I'm suspecting that Rob is going to take that transfer as soon as he does.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, and it's
pretty... look at the highlight.
Oh, that's a highlight.
Grosh, yes.
That was a pretty hard transfer to see. Hair is reasonably tall.
I don't think it was seen. I think it was just like, you've been behind Shark for a couple transfers.
Yeah, that's I think that's what it is too. I think that's a highlight for, like I said, basically being at both bookcases behind Shark. You have to treat it like Inspecs and just credit a microfilm transfer.
It's a little dicier than Inspecs because it's a timing based thing too, you know. Is this going to be a fingerprintable statue into swap, into clank, into run?
Oh, it is. Oh,
yes! Grosh! Let's go!
Grosh is on top of that. Grosh knew that Hair here was acting like the spy, going to the mission sites at the times that a spy would need to go there to get the missions done behind the shark.
And the main
Grosh
thing about
was on top of it.
The thing about that particular shark setup that is nice is that you don't actually have to shoot before they do the clank. You can shoot afterwards, as we see here. On some of these setups, you do actually have to shoot before the shark comes, or else you're just completely wrecked. And so this was a bit more of a shootable version of the shark walk, but you still have to be on top of it. And Grosh,
it's clear that Grosh was really wanted to shoot there as soon as that statue was dropped and Hair is running away. Probably kind of even wanted to shoot the approach, but waits and gets that shot just before Hair can dip below the shark there.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it. Love to see the denied shark walk.
Unfortunately for Grosh, it was one of the only wins. It got 9-3 by Rav in this particular set. But you know what? With that shot, we can take the moral victory.
Yeah, I agree. I love it.
All right, well, now we are on to Dells versus Verdress, another match with our very own host in it.
Mm-hmm.
On Ballroom/Tayen. This one's going to be taking place on Tayen in particular. And Dells is on the spy side playing as Cowboy. Let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Instant flirt.
Instant flirt back here. We're just going to bail out of that. Yep, like it. That's really hard to see that Tex is doing that back there. There's way too much going on.
I know I'm supposed to be rooting for Verdress here because Verdress is on my team, but I love to see cheese flirts when they are, when the opportunity arises. It's just such a strong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little stop here from Dells.
I believe that was correct etiquette. That conversation was definitely full. And we stop there and redirect. We are just going to go into Taft here and get our seduce done. Flirt before we pick up the book. Verdress seems to be keeping his laser over the outline of the person to see if there's a transfer.
Yeah, that's a very good way to be able to get more fidelity on the animations behind shoji, is to hover your laser over them, because then you do get that green outline.
Yeah,
and so they don't blend in to the to the rest of the outlines as much. you can get a bit more fidelity on like bugs and microfilms. It's very, very useful thing to do on Taeyen.
Yeah, I don't see people talk about this a lot on Taeyen, but when two people are at bookcase, they kind of turn into like sort of an amorphous blob, and the person that's behind the blob can be really hard to see doing a transfer. But if you hold your laser over them, you can get the outline on that person, and that makes it a lot easier to see if they're doing something there.
Well, actually, the interesting thing is that both become actually very difficult to see. It doesn't. You don't even have to be the one behind. You can be the one in front.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, because the outlines just kind of mesh together. That's true. So we do get this flirt done. The pacing for Dels has dropped a little bit here.
Yeah, the cheese flirt pace
cheese flirt start. Yeah,
the cheese flirt euphoria has given way to playing a pretty slow game here. I mean, the party's being relatively active, so it's not too bad.
Taft returns to us, but we don't need to do a flirt here. Double Agent's out of conversation. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about this just because he's picking up a briefcase.
Maybe an offer test in a moment here.
Are we going to do Purloin?
We do. It's going to be a white test, though.
It's a white test.
Right in front, and there it is. It's gone.
Yeah,
How does Virtus react?
The fade was visible, but Disney did block it for just a second, made it a little bit harder to see, and now it's gone. So, low light.
Verdris read the fade as green because I think because of how Disney got in front of us.
I think I've made this same mistake before, where someone getting in front of us like that just makes the fade a little bit more ambiguous because you don't see the start of it, you only see the end of it. And Virgis must have read that as a green fade and takes an overly confident low light on Dels here. Dels
if there's no shot, though, if there's no shot, we do steal that with one more mission, of course.
Yeah, and Dels probably doesn't think he's low lit for this, so he's probably nervous about getting a fourth mission done.
Yeah, will this be a timeout? Are we going to go for a transfer? Dels is eyeing up perhaps a transfer here.
Direct transfer this, and I mean we're not going to be watched for it.
We're staying here for so long. I think this is going to be a direct transfer right at the end.
Transfer. We are going to step in and take this.
We cheese out of there. Back. The shot comes up. And this is, I think, perhaps something that, as Dels, you need to be aware. Like, as anyone trying to do like cheese transfers, right? If you try to break all of the animations ever, it's going to become a lot more obvious, even as a low light here, and it's it just draws the eye when you break those animations. Sure, you spend less time doing the incriminating thing, but the sniper is much more likely to notice you doing it. I do think that if we had just put it, opened it slowly, put it back slowly, not too slowly, but not breaking any animations, we definitely could have gotten away with that.
Yeah,
of course, Verger still can see that even as a low light. But it's a little bit harder, I think.
I wonder. And as Dels, I'm pretty sure that Dels probably suspected that he was going to be suspected, so felt like he had to get away with it.
Yeah, maybe we're going for the dance. Because perhaps the idea.
Yeah, if you know that you're low lit, you just go to center statues. You don't bother with doing a direct transfer.
Or you do a bug, right? Yeah. So I guess in Dels' mind, if you think that you're a highlight, you're going for a dance option.
Yes,
which makes a bit more sense to break the animation.
Yeah, I think that's what Dels was thinking. Probably thought he was a suspect for the white purloin and had to get away with something, and not get shot.
The incorrect assumption there, even though it was a perfectly reasonable assumption.
It was a reasonable assumption, yeah. And Virgos was really on top of it. Like, we could have gotten away with this dance even if we're low lit, he was still going to try to dance and not be seen. But Virgos was just so on top of that shot so quickly.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go. I mean, that one ended up in a 6-6 tie. Yeah.
Yep.
The next one is going to be Beanie versus Scout. And we have Scout on the spy side. Scout's been doing very, very well recently.
Oh yes.
Lots of impressed there. It is going to be Scout on the spy side of Modern. They played a balcony/Modern set.
Another one of these balcony with a big venue after it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see if this is yet another spy win, because who highlights sniper wins? I say after having just seen a sniper win.
That was a good one too. Yeah.
All right, let's get it going in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Oh, we could have maybe tried for a chaos bug there, but we just keep the II control.
Yep.
Which I think is fair. It
Yeah,
was maybe a dicey one.
yeah. We're just gonna step in and get this flirt our way. Smallman's gonna oblige by flirting with us as well. This party is pretty spread out. There's a lot going on, but it's kind of hard to take advantage of. There's a little bit of a bar rush. A couple people with books.
Pretty active, actually. We've got Disney with Inspecs
Yeah.
and the print now picking up this briefcase. A lot of people
Yep.
at bar. Ambassador putting down books. Sorry was at books as well near the Ambassador. It's a relatively.
Yeah. This is a good start. This is this is the kind of party you want to see as a spy because it's going to be a really tough memory test for the sniper, and you can take advantage of that later, especially by being one of the people who isn't part of that mission progress for the other people.
Yeah, I think actually what I would love to see from Scout here is maybe go for the print on books. But of course, Irish now going to go smudge that. But there's just a lot to memorize here, so.
Yeah, you could still try for the difficult, I think would be reasonable.
Yeah, we might be going for it, and Irish does leave.
Irish leaves the books, yeah. So we are going to go for this difficult fingerprint. And if we get that, that could be really big for Scout. Because there's a lot to track at this party. And,
yes!
Yeah, got the difficult fingerprint. Very nice.
I love this option. This is one of the first things I was thinking about when I saw this party and how it was shaping up. And Scout, honestly, exactly how I would have played it so far. I love it.
Yeah, so Scout has this difficult fingerprint, and there's a lot of guests have moved around a lot at this party. So it's going to be really hard for Beanie to track everything and to remember that we have this difficult fingerprint. Yeah, we're seeing some lights thrown around at this party as I think this bar rush, didn't result in purloin, so some highlights get taken out.
Oh, is this going to be a printable statue? Because the briefcase was here earlier.
It is difficult.
It's another difficult. Can Scout get it? Oh,
no, missed the fingerprint.
That's tragic.
Unfortunately, that's too bad. Because that would have been a really, really nice print finish. And now we do take the highlight for being at statues.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, though. There's quite a few highlights.
It's going statue to statue. That's a little bit interesting. If we're going to do this, I would like to see maybe rush the green book fingerprint here with a green swap, potentially.
Yeah,
just get the missions done in this back corner.
Yeah, with a contactless game this early would be pretty nice on Modern, I think. Yeah, we are going to go to this bookcase, get this fingerprint.
A little bit dicey because, statue to statue does look kind of bad, and the double agent's not in conversation.
This is also dicey because Beanie has 2 opportunities to credit us with a difficult fingerprint now. So this has given Beanie an opportunity to credit fingerprints where he might not have previously. Hard to see what the sniper's thinking as far as fingerprints is concerned. But this is not a free win for Scout here. We could get shot for contact.
Delegate?
I don't know. I mean, you could just at minute left. You could just go for contact and dare Beanie to shoot you for fingerprints. It's not the sexiest option, but it might work with that much time left. We're just going to step into this window here and think about our options.
There's maybe some bug option. The master leaves. No, maybe. Not really.
Not anymore. Yeah,
we're kind of losing a little bit.
Hesitantly here.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? I think we are gonna step in for this contact. Try to finish with the contact. Don't have a lot of time left here. The conversations are okay. It's really going to depend on whether or not Beanie has us for fingerprints and is willing to shoot.
This is going to be a rough contact. There are lots of people out here. It's going to be a white test. Come on.
Now, there's a lot of people out. With 10 seconds left, does Beanie decide that he has to take a shot, or does he think that this is going to be a fake contact?
5 seconds.
We haven't really been behaving very spy-like this whole game.
And we get away with it. Scout manages to
get away with it. Yeah, the fingerprints, Beanie just wasn't able to track them. It was a pretty busy party. And we weren't really acting super spy-like, except for that inspect.
Yeah, I do think that the game got a little bit away from us. It was unfortunate that we did miss that difficult print on the first set of statues, because that's a really good candidate for a swap finish, especially as a green swap, if you can make that work right at the end if you already have the print. But yeah, no, still a nice game from Scout. And a really, really nice start that enabled the whole thing in the first place. That early print really did enable us to win this game. So a really great decision there. And well done on that front. In the end, Scout did win this one 7-5.
Wow, that's a really big win. Beanie's a really good player.
Yeah. They are both our, uh, a couple of our Kiwi New Zealand members.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So they actually they actually do board game nights together, I believe. So
Oh, wow.
good friends.
That's great.
And so now we have Psycho Sloth
We got a
versus
balcony game.
Gitterbijum, ballroom/balcony, and they had to choose balcony. Like I like balcony, but casting balcony,
Well, that makes me
casting
wonder.
ballroom though, I haven't gotten to do that yet.
We haven't had
What's
a
up
ballroom
with
game
that?
yet.
What's up with that?
Well, I know there'll be at least one ballroom game later for you, so
Yeah,
look forward to that.
hopefully. You know that? You know for
I
sure?
do.
Okay,
I
I'm
do.
excited now. I'm excited. Okay, so Hitterbijum on the spy side versus Psycho Sloth in 3, 2, 1, playing.
Worth pointing here that Purloin is on instead of Bug, which is an unusual choice, but I have seen it before.
Yes, that is a thing.
Purloin, it can cause basically 50-50 shots on balcony if you get a chain and you hit a green.
That is an issue potentially. Hitterbijum hasn't gotten the flirt off yet, but we do step in next to our ST here.
It'll be interesting to see, since you have Purloin, you have the option of just not flirting and just trying for a Purloin.
Boom,
we
green
do
test.
take the flirt though. Green test, nice start. We can't bug here, even though we would have an opportunity with this Amba.
It really would have been nice to bug here. Oh, it's a green Purloin. We're gonna go for it.
Oh
We're
yeah,
for
it is green Purloin and the contact. Wow.
Everyone's in for it unless you think you can knock out Sari because she was walking into the conversation at the time of the contact. Toby doesn't have anyone to offer to.
Anyone.
Yeah, we get a low lit.
We're low lit for what? What are we low lit for?
I don't know. Maybe just we haven't been talking enough, but we are low lit. Toby could not offer to anyone for a long time there either because they already had a drink. It's going to be at the take though. It's a green fade.
Yeah,
There's only one reject.
You're gonna see the Psychos take a shot at Disney. Didn't see the fade clearly enough. Just had to take a shot on someone.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Toby, this does happen sometimes on in particular high rise and balcony where Toby just doesn't have anyone to offer to. Disney was already offered to and rejected recently, so couldn't be offered to. And everyone else either had a drink or had their back to the wall, like Seek could not be offered to in that spot.
Yep.
We just so Toby just stood around for a while with that Purloin pending.
That's
and
so
of course,
funny.
once Disney's no offer cooldown wore off, we did get that Toby walkover. But
yep,
a nice little. I think that was a 3 green game, not your conventional one though.
I'm actually curious. Did Disney reject before us? Was he part of a chain?
Yes, I think
so when he took the drink, he could have made a green fade happen for himself. Wait, no,
because if you take a drink after you green, the
list wouldn't have disappeared. So never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, so you have to be crediting a white there.
Yeah, he must just credit a white, and that's understandable. You don't necessarily expect the list to come off.
All right, and
okay. Yep.
Gitterbijum does win this one 8-4. Very nice from Gitter.
Yep.
Come on, 15, run it up.
We're kicking another balcony game.
Another balcony game. Okay, we got Interpunct versus Lavanuke. Lavanuke? I don't know. Lavanuke. I'm gonna say Lavanuke because nukes are fun. They played a balcony library set. Interpunct playing as Smallman on this one.
All right.
We'll get it going in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
We do have the more standard bug option here on balcony. Generally more typical here. Spy. Oh, that's so mean. The AI control takes us right next to General here, and we do pick up a highlight with General for a possible flirt. And we're going to step right next to him again. This could be really dangerous for Interpunct.
It's a little dicey. Especially if we're flirting now.
Yeah, Lavanuke definitely. Oh, God, we're already safety off on. We haven't even done anything. Oh, poor Interpunct.
So the thing is, I think that this, to a sniper maybe more experienced with balcony, wouldn't look as bad because there's no way that if you're flirting with General here, your cooldown's actually done.
That's true. Yes. So we haven't been far enough away from General.
You would either have been really close to General without flirting, and you're like flirting with somebody else, which is actually what's happening, or you were flirting with General and you're doing an innocent talk. Neither of those are as bad as getting safetied off on.
Yeah, and also I would say that typically spies don't get that close at windows on balcony. Like you can, but like typically people are scared to do that.
Yeah. Another talk here from Interpunct, but General's not in the conversation this time.
Out. That's interesting. Will Lavanuke pick up on this? The fact that we're talking without General.
Oh no. Oh no. This is with multiple people out of the conversation. We're white contacting. I think this might just leave us dead here in a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, we're nodding. We're nodding.
During the nods!
During the nods!
No way!
Oh no! Lavanuke isn't able to take the shot. I don't actually know why Lavanuke didn't take the shot. If you're sure that it's Smallman, you should be shooting him for flirt and contact at that point.
That's really weird bug from Interpunk there, but it works out.
I'm not really sure why Interpunk took this bug, to be honest, because like, does he think that he's that high a suspect? I don't know why you would.
It was just a little
such a bold bug, and it works because why would you watch it? There's no reason to guard it.
I'm honestly not sure. I can't give you a reason, but Interpunk does what Interpunk wants and wins the set 9-3.
Wow, that's one of the weirdest balcony games I've ever seen.
We have more Rav, and as is usual for Rav, is up against a pretty strong player in Meteoric, but Rav has been winning everything, so we'll see if Meteoric can actually find a spy win on Aquarium. They played Ballroom / Aquarium, and again, of course, no Ballroom games. It's just, Give me Ballroom games.
Sorry.
But
you expect some more Ballroom highlights, too, because it's a pretty good venue.
So Meteoric on the spy side. I mean, hey, it's hard enough to get spy wins against Rob, so maybe this is the spy win against Rob that gets highlight. I can believe in my heart of hearts that Rob can lose sniper games. Meteoric on the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Playing as Disney, who is definitely one of the less preferred spy choices in the community. And on Aquarium, like, his body is so tall and lanky that it makes it kind of harder for him to do stuff behind the shark. Oh, we're gonna pick up this briefcase like really quick though.
Early briefcase, set it right back down, and
it wasn't behind shark, so
that's cute. That's cute from Minirak. It's not getting rewarded versus Rav, but that's just something that AI will actually do way more than spies. Is they'll pick up the briefcase, they'll set it right back down, and then they'll path them basically to like the exact same spot.
Yeah, I really liked that. That's something that spies very rarely.
If this were against Legorv, I think we might have gotten a low light.
Yeah.
But,
are we gonna? No, never mind. The Amba I thought was gonna come next to us, but doesn't. We do get this deuce done.
In the end of red.
We take a BB
Lots
here
of low lights here.
Out of it.
This is a little bit of a dicey contact.
This is a really dicey contact where we're trying to get a low light for a BB split here. I'm not sure. I don't think Rav is going to take that.
Oh wait, could this be like a? Could this be like
highlights.
a purloin with the print on the bar here, and make it 10 seconds, and just say shoot? Yeah, we're taking directly.
That is what we're doing. We're taking.
What?
Oh wow!
Oh, this is a beautiful game from Meteoric.
Cool game plan. Is Rav going to be able to shoot for this?
We're behind the shark now. We can't be shot. It's over.
In the end of red.
It's over.
We just take
some fakes. Wow.
Fake BBs for fun. Wow, that's a cool game plan.
That was incredible from Meteoric, actually.
Purloin the fingerprintable drink. And it's plausible enough that we were delegated to that Rav isn't able to take that shot.
Yeah, maybe it's just, wasn't expecting it that early in the game and, was watching other things. And then you only have like 4 seconds to shoot Minirak after the print before he's behind Shark and no longer shootable. What a clean game from Minirak.
And that's why we took that bad contact, was because we wanted to do that plan where we finish at the very end there. Sniper, you have to think about that. It's like, if the spy takes a bad contact, why? What's their agenda? Because usually they don't do that unless they have a reason, or unless a bunch of people split out conversation. That's not what happened here.
Yeah, super nice from Minirak. Actually manages to find a spy win against Rav. Unfortunately, it doesn't help enough, and it's an 8-4 to Rav in the end.
Yeah. But that was a good win, though. There's a moral victory there.
All right, well, that means at the end of the Deadly Sins versus Grash's 15, we have Second the Deadly Sins at 18.9 points, Superstar 64 at 14.3 points, and Grash's 15 at 14.8 points. Of course, Deadly Sins is going to have more points because we've already seen all of their games that we're casting today. So they are capped at 18.9 for this cast. We'll see how Superstar 64 and 15 do in our next set of games, starting off with Toad Rider versus Banana Bread on Ballroom and there it is. There it is. It's Ballroom. It's Ballroom. Toad Rider.
It's your boy.
Playing on the spy side as Oprah on the best venue in the game in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, Ballroom's... I am actually surprised that we haven't seen more Ballroom highlights.
It's a red, though. It's a red.
Because, okay.
Wait.
I actually don't know if Banana Bread...
Did the blinking help us there?
I think that the list was visible when Banana Bread zoomed in on it.
It was blinking, though, so I think Banana Bread saw that it was there and didn't realize it was blinking. Maybe now seeing it. No, I'm not
Low
sure.
light and highlight on Toby. The list is definitely visible as gone, or... Well, it's definitely gone now.
Yeah.
How is Banana Bread going to react to seeing this list is gone? Is the question.
Yeah, I think the red saved us a lot of pain here from Toad Rider's perspective. We're going to go straight into center inspects here. And finally, there's a double zoom, that zoom in on the list, I think actually wasn't seen for that long.
It's possible, yeah. The list... Oh, we got a highlight, though.
Oh, Toad Rider going insane. We're going to go for a silent game.
Oh, we're green swapping. We're highlight.
Yeah, but
we're not low light for the purloin.
We're gonna do three cycle inspects. Don't you get shot for that?
I don't know if Banana saw that
we need to get a green flirt here, and then the swap, the swap would be the 10-second countdown at 2 minutes. But we're not going next to RST. We're going for contact instead because do we not trust ourselves? What's going on? It's a rush. I love it, but I think it's gonna work. We see the double zoom in. Oh! No way! Banana Bread takes a shot! Wow. Did we lose you, Para? Did you break? Because I can't hear you, buddy. Oh no! Wow, that's incredible. What an insane shot from Banana Bread. Banana Bread's so good. Banana Bread is so underrated. So good. I can absolutely see why that was our highlight game, that's for sure. We'll see if we can get Paratroopa back, but in a moment. But in the meantime, Banana Bread manages to win that set 10-2, and deservedly so with sniper shots like that. Incredible. Next, though, I'm not sure if we want to wait on Para to be back on mic before we get into this next game. Keep going. All right. We have Martini versus Guggy on Terrace/Pub. This time it's going to be Terrace with Martini on the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it. All right, setting in next to our ST here. Potential for a green 51%. But, close flirt regardless. We're going to be polite, though, and wait our turn to talk, it would seem. Or at least until Queen's done talking. It technically was her turn to talk again. But we steal that away. 34% on the first flirt. Some people at bar. Guggy doing some weird laser shakes. Maybe just adjusting as his mouse. I know I've done that before in games when there's unexplained laser shakes. It's just me like, I need to change, adjust the cord on my mouse. Martini playing this pretty slow to start us out. We're about a minute in here, just the singular flirt. But of course, Rusty still is next to us. We're getting that timer flirt in. I don't really want to see a timer flirt for all 3 flirts, though. That would be a little bit excessive. That would take us down to too little time here. We do take our talk as we are, as we are supposed to. We're going to get the flirt now, 85%, so we do not have to be close for our next flirt. Ambassador left a briefcase. It's the first time the Ambassador has moved this game, and is going to leave a print at bar as well, it looks like. Again, a couple people in conversation for this contact. Only 2 people in for the real, though, which is a problem. Guggy is going to take those highlights. Another contact as General joins us. That's going to look pretty bad for General because it doesn't actually add... General's in a path by the Ambassador now. Is that going to be the shot onto General? And insta-talk? Yo! That second banana bread, that second contact just won the game outright. Martini with the massive brain play. I mean, obviously gets a little bit of AI help there with General, but you know, you can often expect General to have bug credits. Really nicely done from Martini there. Really nicely done from General to get shot. And Guggy does indeed take the wrong shot there, unfortunately.
Banana bread.
Let's see. So that is going to be, in that case, Martini takes this at 8-4. Very impressive from Martini. You know, helping out with that shot, helping out quite a bit. And let's get on to the next one. So an update. Apparently, Paratrooper's internet kind of just dropped out. So we've had a lot of fun technical issues today. But we will keep on moving. The show must go on. And wait a second. This is my game. This damn squib versus me. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what's going on, right? That's what I gotta do. It is on Ballroom though. Finally, we had a Ballroom Redwood set. Damn squib versus me in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Admittedly, I was sniping this game, so like I don't have as much of an idea of what was happening in this game from the spy side.
I'll cast this one.
It does.
The host can step in and cast a game if the caster's gone. I was gonna let you cover things solo, but if it's your own game, I can't. So you're starting off here by the Ambassador. You might have had an opportunity for a standing bug, but he wasn't.
Damn Squib's the one spying this one. I'm sniping.
Sorry, Damn Squib is spying. Okay. Damn Squib, I don't think could have gotten a standing bug there. I think you're guarding the Ambassador really closely, but you're pretty sure that Disney didn't bug there. So Damn Squib is actually getting nothing done, though. There's no flirt. We failed a flirt. We hit a red test with our flirt.
Disney's got a highlight, so I think that I am crediting a bug there, actually. Unless Disney's been the 2 sets of statues.
Okay, well, meanwhile, Damn Squib just has absolutely nothing done. The ST just moves around, so Damn Squib might want to go get a flirt, but instead he's going to pick up this briefcase, get a first fingerprint. That's a weird stop. That was a stop because the Ambassador started moving, and then the Ambassador landed in conversation, so Damn Squib continued with the briefcase path. Did that look good, or did that look weird as Sniper?
I mean, I wasn't paying too much attention to it because I was mostly looking at General taking a drink as he had been to statues, and being offered a drink while you've been a statue visitor. It's a little dangerous for me.
Okay, well, it sounds like Damn Squib might have gotten away with that first fingerprint. I mean, I'm assuming that you noticed it. That's a white purloin happening there, but you're zooming in on the Ambassador because Disney passes by the Ambassador again at the moment of the purloin. That guy just keeps getting us into trouble here. So I don't think that you have any idea that purloin was taken by Sari. I mean, this laser just doesn't know
did the highlight.
What to do. Okay, she's highlight?
Yes. I knew Sari was in there, but I wasn't completely sure about the chain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're certain about it either way. So in that case, it's not good for Damn Squib. Damn Squib is a highlight, probably going to get shot. The only way Damn Squib can win is if maybe you've forgotten the first fingerprint. Contact going to be coming off here. Still a lot of people in conversation, but there's only one conversation with a real double agent, with a double agent in it. There's only 4 people there, and Damn Squib is one of them. So if you're suspicious at all of them, but Damn Squib gets another fingerprint off the drink in the aftermath of that contact, and there's no shot. You would have had to shoot by now because Damn Squib could have the flirt done, and now Damn Squib needs only one more flirt, but the ST is not in that conversation. The ST is moving around with a briefcase. Damn Squib could absolutely get a spy win here past you, one of the strongest snipers in the game, because you have not credited him with fingerprints, but the ST is not letting it happen. We start moving. I don't know why we started moving before we saw where the ST landed, because we got further away, but we're going to make it into the conversation. We're going to have to talk immediately, though, and as a suspect, you would notice that, no, it's a white flirt, so we don't get it. We have to go to the window and time at, and that's going to be death. It's not death. Why is it not death? But I'm certain that you saw it. I'm certain that you saw that time at the window, so there should be no chance of a victory here, but Damn Squib still only needs one more flirt. We don't have to move from this conversation. We don't have to do anything. We just have to wait, but when we flirt, the overtime comes off, and you are able to take the shot, but you almost lost that game. You could have lost that game, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. I missed the drink fingerprint, and if the SD had been a little nicer to Damn Squib, I think that Damn Squib does indeed get away with that game. But the main reason I held at the end there is because I was pretty sure it was Damn Squib based on the movement at the end there, but there is the tiniest percentage chance that it was Twin with a swap hang. So, might as well wait for the overtime in that case.
Great, well with that I will leave you to cast the rest of the games while I focus on hosting things. There's a lot to keep track of in this cast, but I felt like someone should step in to cast your own game. So, okay, moving on. We'll have. Oh, it's lucky for you.
Well, the result of that match, by the way, was 8-4 to Grash's 15, aka to me. Oh, there's more ballroom after this as well. Nice.
All right.
Oh, this is why Para knew that there was a ballroom game coming up, because Para had a ballroom game as a highlight against David W. They play a ballroom/library set. Let's just get it going. I love to see more ballroom. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Indeed, we do have 2 sorry ballroom games back to back. Our flirt is getting off to a quicker start, perhaps. Actually, no. It's only 32% versus the 51% we had for most of the game last time, but hopefully the flirt doesn't take as long to finish this time around. Para does step away from that conversation pretty quickly. David W. is a pretty prolific flirt watcher, though. So something to be careful of for Para. And I actually don't mind making flirt into a more hard telly type of mission against David W, where you just kind of do some cheese flirts. You spend less time next to your ST than you need to. Just because David W is going to catch like the kind of more natural flirting patterns a lot easier. Oh, there could be a bug here somewhere for Para. Oh, it is a bug. It is a bug. I wasn't quite certain if that was in range for the behind the back bug, but it was indeed. Those are some of the grossest bugs on Ballroom that you could possibly get. And is just gifted to Para here. A nice start to this Ballroom game. So beautiful bug, doesn't seem to be credited at all. Even if it was slightly visible on David W's screen, it's just so hard to watch for that. Because it's so unexpected, doesn't happen very often. And we do have 60% on our flirt now. One close green would do it, otherwise it's going to be 2 more flirts. And maybe Para needs to get moving a little bit. 150 left on the clock. You probably don't want to get under 30 seconds when you're completing, though, especially depending on how you complete. If you're going for inspects, I would go for inspects now. If you're going for prints, you want to find the first print now, just so you have time to look less suspicious, a little better in the eyes of the sniper. If you're going for a hard tell finish, it's not as important that you are finishing before a minute left in the game. It's a little bit more important that you are having that good setup for the mission. And Para does indeed go into statues with a little over a minute left on the clock, which I approve of. However, now we might have the same problem as last game. We do need the green flirt for this to be 1 more flirt. We've only got a minute left. Now, we do see a conversation that can complete all of our missions right here. If we hit a green test on the flirt, if we don't, we could be in a little bit of trouble, but we do have enough time to wait for a timer flirt as well, even if we miss. So, but we need to go now. Contact. We need to go for this flirt. If we hit the green flirt, we could be in mission 1 countdown and completely clean, but we red test it! No, and David W finds the shot? That bug seemed so clean. But I think we might have been successfully paired. Or it's just, this looks bad enough. The inspects into just beelining towards the double agent, maybe a little bit of conversation positioning as part of what David W didn't like there. And wow, a really unfortunate red flirt from Para, but David finding the shot regardless. Impressive. So yeah, that's really good from David W on that shot. And in the end, we did see this go to Paratroopa. Paratroopa did end up winning this set 7-5. Just a very, very thin margin there, but well done nonetheless. Speaking of nonetheless, we have Nandaless versus Sauerkraut. They played a pub/veranda set. The highlight game here is Nandaless on the spy side playing as Disney. And we'll get that moving in 3, 2, 1, playing it. %51% flirt to start us out. Very nice from Nan here. Could go for an early contact, but that would give up a lot of lowlights, and more importantly, for a long time. The importance of contact lowlights matters the more time they're going to be around in the party. The more time the sniper has with less suspects to focus on, the worse it is for the spy. So I would be very surprised to see a contact taken here from Nan. We are going to play it a little bit slow after that first flirt, though. Maybe looking around for potential prints or inspects. Sauerkraut, of course, is a pretty scary player. Battles with Nebula quite a bit, and Nebula has won some premium tournaments here in the SpyParty community. Alright, we're being offered a drink here after getting our 2 flirt. Some nice green tests. This won't be one of them because it's not a test at all. We are just rejecting. No Herloin happening here. Nandaless gonna send it into statues. I don't think the Sauerkraut is doing statue highlights. Never mind. I was wrong. Call me wrong. OP wrongs. Because Sauerkraut is indeed highlighting for statues here, which could be a little bit bad for Nandaless, especially given, we don't really have anything else, and we do need to be acquiring hardtails. You never want to be doing hardtails when you've got the big highlights on you. Sorry going statue to statue, though. Could look pretty bad. Potentially a frame target here for Nandaless, because it's very much in your face from the spy side. You see Sorry like, hey, I know you. You were next to me at statues, and now you're going to more. So it's a very clear frame target potentially for Nandaless. We'll see if that's an option that Nan takes later on in this game, and right now it's just this is why I don't like the single inspects. We're a highlight, and for what, half a mission? We've gotten our 10 seconds inspecting out of the way, potentially more. Like 20 seconds inspecting out of the way, and that's all we've got the highlight for. But we are going to go into the bookcase here on the other side of the venue. It's going to be a fingerprintable book, so looking for some very soft telly game here from Nan. Of course, it's veranda. You still need to will need to find at least the one hardtail. Oftentimes that can be swapped, though, if you are going for some kind of inspect finish. But the thing is here is we are taking out this book, and I'm a little bit suspicious about that decision. The thing is about taking out this book is it is a printable book, and so the sniper has a lot more, a lot more reason to kind of note you at books when you're getting that print with it. So it's gonna be very difficult to get a direct transfer, clean here when you're already a highlight. It's got a print on it, so Nandaless does make the decision not to go for that. Not to go for the direct, but that just burns 50 seconds off the clock. Very slow game here from Nan. But still quite a few suspects here. We're going to have to start picking up the pace or time adding. One of the two, or else we are just going to time out. I think Nan has opted for a timeout. It's going to be on the other side of the venue here. We'll see if Sauerkraut notices, because it is going to be a white time ad. Nan now goes into statues here. Is it fingerprintable? It is. So we are going to be finishing 2 missions, and look at this Sauerkraut on the complete other side of the venue, not really noting us at statues. Okay, we are on screen, so I think Sauerkraut is aware of our statue visit. Yeah, definitely for sure now. We are going to be swapping. It's going to be a green swap, though. So it is checked. But it's a green swap. But the thing is, the double agent's not in conversation. We can't go for the contact. So what do we do? Do we go for a purloin? Is this going to be a purloin game? It's going to be a quick fake contact, known fake here. Possibly a distraction from the swap as well. Look at this. Sauerkraut's not looking for the swap. Purloin. It's green. Maybe Sauerkraut's now looking for it. But it's just blinked when at the statue. Oh, safety off onto Nandalus. But can we get away with this purloin? There it goes. It's gone. I think the shot is indeed going to come off Nandalus. Not able to make it work, although it was an impressive run near the end to get a lot of missions done in a very short time. I just think it was a little bit too much. You know, we were that highlight. We were being really active in that end game there. We just felt like we were never blending in. We were kind of sticking out like a sore thumb a lot of the time there. And you know, of course, we did burn some time with this book, but unfortunately for Nandalus, Sauerkraut is able to find that purloin and ends up tying the set with Nandalus actually in the end here. So a nice tie from Nandalus against a very strong player. Next up, we have Paratroopa once again versus Adafayesh. Veranda/Gallery is what they played, and our highlight game here will be from Gallery, with Paratroopa on the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Areste's very far away. I know, if this were a speed run, I'd reset, because I would not be happy with with what's happening here. Okay, 34% on the first flirt from Para. And our ST does bail on us, which, you know, after the flirt's kind of nice, actually. Gives us the opportunity to get more flirts more quickly. Ambassador's leaving some prints down on the blue bookcase and on the briefcase near blue bookcase. Lots of B sounds there. Tongue twister. Blue bookcase near the blue briefcase. Fuck. Apologies. Briefcase near the blue bookcase. Sorry, Dels. Obi swears. Yes. Fine. Don't apologize to you. Apologize to Track. All right. 34% goes up to 63% now. On the all right. It's a pretty slow game from Para here. A couple prints floating around the venue for various AIs. Otherwise, the party's being a little not dicey. Why do I keep saying dicey today? I keep saying dicey today. It's a verbal crutch apparently today. But the party is being pretty quiet. Lots of people out. Lots of people have been to books is the main thing. The good thing about a quiet party is that you get a relatively low amount of lowlights for a contact here, which is pretty rare for Gallery. 6 lowlights, and you know, 6 lowlights is still a lot. But on Gallery, you could be getting a lot more, and one of them does come back up. So we do pick up a print, I believe, from a printable drink, finish off the flirt. So now our progress is looking a lot nicer here from Paratroopa. Pretty clean, kind of slow game so far, but we'll see how Para wants to finish this. This could be, with the Ambassador going into that statue, some kind of print swap finish at around 45 seconds. I would not be surprised to see that work out here. You know, especially with the drink print. Drink prints are often going to be pretty clean compared to other prints, and there's just honestly quite a few prints around. So when there's more prints, the more likely you are to get away with yours, or the sniper just doesn't remember them. And Para is going to start moving. Wanted to wait for Kane to take that briefcase before we started moving, so we weren't obligated. And indeed, it is going to be that print, probably a swap directly afterwards. We'll see if Adafesh can find this shot. It's going to be an immediate swap. Adafesh looks over. Doesn't... Oh, is looking for Sari's swap, though. Isn't looking for our swap. Oh my goodness, wait. Sari saves us, I think. If Sari hadn't been there to you know, distract attention from the swap checking, I think we might have died, but Sari manages to distract the sniper just enough that our print swap at about 45 seconds, exactly as I predicted, actually. Oh, I'm so good. Works out very nicely done from Paratroop. A good spot to find, a nice finish. Adafesh almost was able to find the shot, but sorry, a little too distracting. Well done from Para, and in the end, Para unfortunately does not win the set. Adafesh does win it 7-5. And for our last game of the cast, we have two crushers, Legorv Janine versus Minirek. They played a Redwoods/Aquarium set, so lots and lots of of dangerous venues here. Potential for spies. And Legorv has, you know, recently won a cup, got, you know, up to got up to finals in the most recent Winter Cup as well. So Legorv, super strong. Minirek, also, of course, a strong player. Doesn't have quite the accolades in terms of top competitive events yet, but does run deep in a lot of tournaments all of the time. And I believe, one, it was one mix and match versus me in the finals, actually. So very obviously a strong player. We will get it onto it in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Starting off slow, but we wanted to see where ST went, and we are going to follow them into blue bookcase. Get that alert for 34%. Unfortunately, not a green test, but that is okay. Ooh, we're going to go for the microfilm in the back. See, the thing is about microfilm on Redwoods is that it's pretty easy to get when you're in the back of the venue, but if you head up towards the front, it's going to be a lot more difficult, and you're going to get heat for having inspects. So, just that weird quirk of Redwoods, where you can inspect at those books, which makes, it gives spies the opportunity to get a lot of missions done very quickly, but it also increases the mission density, and in some ways can make it easier for the sniper to see certain missions. I think this venue would be incredibly sniper-sided if not for all of the trees that they have to see through. Because of that mission density, I think the mission density does not benefit the spies when it's this dense. But of course, you have the trees, and the trees allow that mission density to be turned a little bit on the sniper, especially when you have things like cheese, book rips, get inspects and microfilm done, and you're only credited with having one set of inspects. That's something that the spy can do on Redwoods that you can't do anywhere else, and because of how the trees work, you can get away with that. Honestly, pretty commonly. So, you can flip the mission density thing on the sniper, but in general, it does feel like a bit of a disadvantage for the spies. Of course, the sniper has a ton of trees. A little bit of a weird path there from Nirek. Saw a little maybe of a frustration laser shake as we got bounced away from statues here. We are going to head back toward our ST. Only one more flirt necessary. And getting a little bit low on time here. We have 3 low lights, which is pretty significant when you have Redwoods and there's only, another 8 suspects to potentially have. We are not a highlight, which is nice. Okay, we are going to finally go into the second set of books. Are we going to do the microfilm here at the book? Oh, it's printable, too. That might be... Oh, it's a green print as well. That might be the way that we finish this off. We get the microfilm in, and we get the... Oh, it was a green microfilm. I don't know if Legorv saw that. It was hidden slightly behind tree. There was a print on bar, I think. Or Minirek's just going... I mean, the ambassador has a drink, so is there a print on bar or not? Regardless, I think we're just going for the briefcase. And in fact, we are obligated at this point So this is going to be a fingerprint finish on this briefcase. Can Ligor find the shot? We would have to be crediting microfilm too as a thing. Even if, you have both prints. We're watching for the bug. I think that means that Miniarch is not going to get shot here, but the little path next to the Ambassador could have made Ligor willing to shoot. But of course, at this point, it is a little bit too late to find the shot in Miniarch. Finds a spy win versus a pretty top-tier sniper in a very clean fashion. And continues to do so, I guess, because Miniarch takes that set 9-3 against Ligor, of all people. Very, very impressive from Miniarch. And at the end of our first cast of week 2, the scores in total are Psycho and the Deadly Sins having 18.9 points, Superstar 64, I'm using the abbreviation here because it's a very long name, having 18.8 points, just 0.1 points behind Deadly Sins, and Grash is 15 with the beautiful, the wonderful 21.7 points. Good job, us. Good job. So a nice little comfortable lead in the first half of week 2, but of course we still have one more cast to go on the week 2, and of course then there's even week 3 after that. So lots could change in terms of the team points here heading into the future. But that is going to be the end of our cast today. I've been Opie Wrights. We had Para here, earlier. Unfortunately, we had some internet issues there. And of course, our wonderful host, Dells. Without Dells, we wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be seeing things on the screen. You wouldn't be hearing my voice. So great to have Dells here. If you are interested in more SpyParty tournaments, more SpyParty competitive events, or just generally the SpyParty community, you can find it at discord.gg/SpyParty, very easy to remember. If you want to pick up the game and you don't have it yet, you can buy that on Steam or at www.spyparty.com, where you can get an account straight from Chris Hecker himself. And I think that's it. I'm not sure when the next cast is scheduled for.
I think it's tomorrow at the same time.
Tomorrow at the same time. All right. Well, if you're interested in more Hex Cup action, well, now you know when to be here. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a wonderful day.